Hello and welcome to the Cultured Bumpkin. I'm Jake. I'm reading Sir Walter Scott's Native Land for this episode of the Cultured Bumpkin. This will go onto obviously YouTube and then my podcast. If you don't already, okay, if you're listening to this, you're not watching the video or whatever, you should check out my YouTube live in the evening because what I do is I read poetry. I come on here and I take live requests. Someone will say, "Can you read Invictus?" I read Invictus. Can you read, The Hollow Men by T.S. Eliot? I read The Hollow Men by T.S. Eliot. Could you give us some Shakespeare? I'll read a monologue or a sonnet or something like that. It's a good time. It's a good time. So, if that sounds interesting to you, I do it around bedtime. It's usually around 10 Central Time. But I'm open to moving it around a little bit if I can accommodate, more people. So, check out the show notes. I'm gonna have a link, to one of these lives in there, and you ought to just check it out and, definitely subscribe to my YouTube and then, hop on if you get the chance. Anywho, today we're reading Sir Walter Scott's, Native Land. And it goes like this. Breathes there the man with soul so dead, who never to himself hath said, "This is my own, my native land," whose heart hath ne'er within him burned as his whose heart hath ne'er within him burned as home his footsteps he hath turned from wandering on a foreign strand. If such there breathe, go, mark him well. For him no minstrel raptures swell. High though his titles, proud his name, boundless his wealth as wish can claim, despite those titles, power, and pelf, the wretch, concentred all in self, living shall forfeit fair renown, and doubly dying shall go down to the vile dust from whence he sprung, unwept, unhonored, and unsung. He didn't have very much respect for somebody that wasn't proud of where they're from. And you know what? Neither do I. I don't really. I think it's pretty pathetic when you're from wherever you are, and you're always talking bad about it. I don't know. I don't like that. I know there are exceptions, but I think you should be generally proud of where you're from. Try to find the good in it. Try to work towards addressing the bad because every place has its shortcomings and that sort of thing. I saw um, someone at a wedding reception made a joke about the Alamo. The true crime was it wasn't even that funny, but a proud Texan, got very offended and almost took a swing at him, and so we ended up. There was sort of a breaking up of a fight at a wedding. It was it was pretty funny. I always think of that scene at the wedding reception when I read Native Land by Sir Walter Scott. Anyway, thank you very much for watching or listening, depending on where you're hearing this. Make sure you check out some of the lives at night. It's a good time. I always enjoy it. And thank you very much for listening.